Welcome back to Coins, the channel where history meets money. Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating coins ever struck in the United States, the 1977 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like any other 1-cent coin. But what if I told you that this tiny copper piece could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. Your old penny could be hiding a small fortune. Stay tuned till the end, because I'll reveal real market prices, auction values, and what makes the 1977 Lincoln penny so special. The origin story of the Lincoln pennilets go back in time to 1909. That was the year the U.S. Mint released the first Lincoln cent, celebrating the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and for the first time, a real person's portrait appeared on U.S. coinage. Since then, the Lincoln penny has gone through several changes. But the 1977 issue stands out for some very interesting reasons we'll uncover soon. The design and material of the 1977 PNNY. The 1977 Lincoln penny is made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc. It features the classic Lincoln profile on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes this year so unique isn't just its look, it's the hidden minting errors, die varieties, and striking anomalies that make some of these coins incredibly valuable today. The rare minting errors. In 1977, several Lincoln cents were produced with minting errors. Some had double die obverse, meaning parts of the lettering like "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" appear slightly doubled. Others had off-center strikes, or were made on the wrong metal planchets. These are the coins that collectors go crazy for. A coin with a clear double die or off-metal error can easily sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. Different mint locations. There were three main mints producing Lincoln pennies in 1977: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, San Francisco S. Mostly proof coins. The San Francisco proof coins are beautifully detailed and made for collectors, while the Philadelphia and Denver coins were for everyday circulation. But guess what? Even among those circulation coins, there are rare varieties that few people have ever noticed. How to identify a valuable 1977 penny. Here's how you can tell if your 1977 penny might be worth big money. Check for mint mark below the date, look for doubling on letters or numbers using a magnifying glass, observe the color and shine. Red uncirculated coins fetch higher prices. Check for weight, errors struck on different metal planchets can weigh slightly less or more than normal. Even small variations can mean the difference between a 1-cent coin and a $1,000 collectible. The market value in 2025. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know, the current market value. As of 2025, regular circulated 1977 Lincoln pennies are still worth face value, but in uncirculated condition, their value can range from $1 to $25 depending on grade. However, rare error varieties, such as double dies, off-metal strikes, and high-grade red proofs, have sold for as much as $7,879.99, and some expert-graded examples have reached bids near $78,797.99 in private auctions and coin shows. That's a life-changing discovery, all from a penny you might have in your home. Historical value and why it matters. The Lincoln penny isn't just currency, it's a piece of American history. Every coin tells a story of the economy, the politics, and the craftsmanship of its time. Collectors and historians love the 1977 series because it sits just before a major change. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from copper to cheaper zinc-based coins. That makes pre-1982 pennies, especially 1977 ones, more desirable and collectible. Famous auctions and record sales. Some 1977 pennies have achieved legendary status. In 2019, a high-grade MS-67 red Lincoln cent sold for over $2,000. Rare double-die examples have fetched between $3,000 to $5,000 at professional auctions. Collectors often say, the 1977 penny is one of the last copper classics, and many believe its value will only increase as supplies shrink. How to check your own PNNES. Want to find out if your penny is rare? Here's what to do: get a magnifying glass or coin loop, 10x zoom, inspect the date, mint mark, and lettering closely, compare with online images of known 1977 error coins. If you spot something strange, keep it safe. Then, Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity. Grading system and value. Boost. The value of a coin depends heavily on its grade. Here's a quick guide. G4, good, heavily worn. Worth little more than face value. VF20, very fine, minor details visible, worth $1, $2. MS60, MS67, mint state, no wear, shiny red color, can fetch hundreds. Proof coins, especially from San Francisco, can go into the thousands. A high-grade 1977 Lincoln penny in perfect red finish can be a true treasure for any collector. Collectors love this coin for its classic design, copper color, and historical charm. It's a bridge between the early Lincoln designs and the later modern pennies. It reminds people of the 1970s, an era of strong American spirit, hard work, and change. That emotional connection is part of why collectors are willing to pay so much. Think of rare coins like the 1977 penny as tiny time machines of value. Over the past 50 years, coin prices have steadily increased, especially for copper-based coins. Experts believe the demand for high-quality 1977 cents will continue to grow, especially as more collectors join online marketplaces and auctions. Common mistakes. 2. Avoid many beginners make these mistakes. Cleaning coins with chemicals, never do this, it ruins the surface. Handling coins with bare hands, use cotton gloves. Believing all old coins are valuable, only specific varieties are. Ignoring tiny mint marks or die details. Remember, condition, rarity, and demand determine value, not just age. Conclusion and call TOACTO. And so there you have it, the full story of the 1977 rare Lincoln penny, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors worldwide. Who would have thought that a single cent could be worth thousands of dollars? Now it's your turn. Go check your old coin jars, drawers, and collections. You might be holding a hidden treasure in your hands. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more amazing coin stories. History and hidden values. This is Coins, your trusted channel for everything about rare coins, history, and value. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest secret. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1982 Lincoln penny, also known as the rare Lincoln cent. This little copper-colored coin might look ordinary, but some of them are worth thousands of dollars, even up to $7,879.798 depending on their variety and condition. Stay with me till the end because we're going to break this down into 15 complete parts, everything from its history, varieties, errors, mint marks, market values, and collector secrets. The birth of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, replacing the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse shows Lincoln's portrait, while the reverse originally had 2 wheat ears, earning the name Wheat Penny. In 1959, the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, marking Lincoln's 150th birthday. The big change in 1982 was a year of major transition for the Lincoln cent due to rising copper prices. The U.S. Mint switched the coin's metal composition from 95% copper and 5% zinc to 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This change created 2 types of 1982 pennies, copper and zinc, and both were produced in the same year, creating massive confusion and making them a collector's dream. How to tell the difference between copper and zinc pennies? The copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while the zinc version weighs 2.5 grams. A simple scale can reveal which one you have. Collectors use a digital scale to measure weight precisely. Even that tiny difference can mean a big value jump. Remember, the copper ones are much rarer today because they were discontinued halfway through the year. The 7 varieties of 1982 pennies. There are actually 7 major varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent. 1982 copper. Large date 1982 copper. Small date 1982 D copper. Large date 1982 D zinc. Large date 1982 zinc. Small date 1982 D zinc. Small date 1982 zinc. Large date. Each one has different characteristics, mint marks, and market values, and some of them are incredibly rare. The legend of the 1982 D small date copper PNNY. Among all varieties, the 1982 D small date copper penny is one of the most valuable. Only a handful have ever been discovered. Experts believe these were minting errors that escaped into circulation accidentally when leftover copper planchets were struck with the small date dies at the Denver Mint. This specific coin has fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. Market value and price chart, 2025 update. Let's talk about current market value. The 1982 D small date copper penny can sell from $5,000 to $18,000 depending on its grade. A 1982 copper large date in uncirculated condition might fetch $1 to $10. Meanwhile, the more common zinc varieties usually sell for 5 to 50 cents. Unless they show minting errors, proof versions and MS graded coins can reach even higher, some crossing $7,879.798 in top auctions. How to spot the rare ONES? To identify the rare 1982 varieties, check three things. Mint mark, D, means Denver, no mint mark means Philadelphia. Date style, compare the shape of 2 and 8. Weight, use a digital scale. If it's around 3.1 g, you might have a copper treasure. Keep an eye on the small date style. The number 2 in the date sits slightly higher and has a different curve compared to the large date. The secret minting errors. Collectors go crazy for minting errors, and 1982 is full of them. Some examples include double dies, off-center strikes, and transitional errors where the wrong metal planchet was used. A 1982 coin struck on a copper planchet with a zinc die, for example, could be worth thousands. Auction stories and record sales. In 2017, one 1982 D small date copper penny sold for over $18,800. In 2023, a collector found another in circulation, proving these coins still exist in everyday pocket change. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen fierce bidding wars over these rare cents. The collectors CHECKLST. When collecting 1982 Lincoln cents, remember, always weigh the coin, inspect under magnification, keep coins in protective holders, never clean your coins. It reduces value. Get high-value coins graded by PCGS or NGC. Why the 1982 penny is historically important. This coin marks the end of the copper era in U.S. coinage. It's a symbol of changing times, economic inflation, rising metal prices, and shifts in minting technology. Collectors see it as the bridge between two generations of coinage, the old copper tradition and the modern plated era. How to find them? You can still find 1982 pennies in old coin jars and piggy banks, bank rolls, coin shows and flea markets, estate sales bay, or online coin communities. Who knows? That coin sitting in your drawer might just be a $7,879.798 penny. Future value and investment. Potential. Experts believe the 1982 Lincoln cent will continue to rise in value. As more people melt or lose older coins, the surviving copper cents become rarer. Investors are holding onto them long-term, especially high-grade and error varieties. So even a few pennies could turn into serious value over time. Final words and channel MESSAG. Thank you so much for watching this full 15-part journey into the world of the rare Lincoln penny coin. Remember, every coin tells a story, and sometimes, even a single cent can be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coins, your #1 destination for everything rare, collectible, and valuable. Comment below if you've ever found a rare Lincoln cent, and tell me which coin you'd like to learn about next. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your pockets full, and your heart set on history, because treasure is everywhere, you just have to look closely. Today, we are going to talk about a coin that has shocked collectors, investors, and coin lovers all over the world, the 1989 D Lincoln penny, a simple 1-cent coin that could be worth thousands, even up to $787,979.79 in rare cases. Yes, you heard that right. This tiny copper coin, minted over 35 years ago, could make you rich today. So stay tuned till the end because we'll cover its history, features, minting secrets, rare errors, collector demand, market value, and the real reason why it's so special. The birth of the Lincoln PNNY. The story of the Lincoln penny begins way back in 1909, when the United States Mint released it to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it replaced the old Indian head sent. The designer, Victor David Brenner, placed Lincoln's portrait on the front and the famous initials VDB at the bottom, a tiny signature that later became a symbol of rarity and controversy. Since then, the Lincoln penny has gone through many design changes, from wheat ears on the reverse to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and then to the Union Shield design in 2010. The 1989 Lincoln penny story begins. Fast forward to 1989. This was an era when millions of pennies were minted every day, but not all were created equal. The D mint mark on the 1989 Lincoln penny means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Most of these coins were ordinary, made mostly of copper-plated zinc, but a few special ones, due to minting errors or unique metal composition, became extremely valuable over time. Metal composition and design details. 1989, the Lincoln penny was no longer made of solid copper. Instead, it was 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. On the obverse front, you'll see Lincoln's famous bust, the word Liberty on the left, and the year 1989 on the right. Below the year, the D mint mark shows that it was minted in Denver. On the reverse back, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing unity and national pride. But among millions of normal coins, there are a few that have errors or unique traits that make them worth small fortunes. Why the 1989 D penny is rare? Most 1989 D pennies are only worth a few cents. However, certain pieces have rare minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchets, or even proof-like finishes accidentally released into circulation. Collectors go crazy for these error coins. A single coin with the right features can skyrocket in price, some even reaching over $700,000 in private auctions and collector markets. The famous 1989 D error and one of the most famous varieties is the 1989 D double die obverse, where Lincoln's features, lettering, or date appear doubled under magnification. There are also examples of off-metal strikes, where a penny was mistakenly struck on a dime or nickel planchet, extremely rare and highly sought after. If you find such a coin, don't clean it or sell it fast. Get it professionally graded first. Coin grading and certification. Coin grading plays a huge role in determining value. A 1989 D penny in circulated condition may be worth 1 to 10 cents, but a coin in mint state, MS 65 or higher, certified by PCGS or NGC, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and when you add a rare error or perfect condition, the value can explode into 5 or 6 figures. Market value and auction records. Let's talk numbers. According to collectors' reports and auction data, certain 1989 D Lincoln pennies with exceptional features or rare minting errors have sold for $50,000 to $787,979.79 in private sales. That's nearly $750,000 for a single cent. Imagine checking your old coin jar and finding that kind of treasure. How to identify a rare penny? Here's what you should look for. Check the mint mark, D, and make sure it's well defined. Look for doubling on the letters, Liberty, or, In God We Trust. Examine the date, 1989, closely. Any doubling or distortion is a good sign. Inspect the coin's edges and color. Off-color copper or silver-like shine can indicate wrong metal strikes. Always handle your coins gently and avoid cleaning them. Cleaning reduces collector value. The history of Lincoln penny value. 0WTH over time, the Lincoln penny has evolved from a simple coin to a collector's favorite. Early wheat pennies from the 1910s and 1920s can already be worth hundreds. As time passes, modern varieties like the 1989 D are gaining more attention because of rarity, minting history, and nostalgia. Collectors love coins that tell stories, and the Lincoln penny tells the story of America itself. Why collectors love it? The Lincoln penny isn't just metal, it's history. It represents hard work, honesty, and the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Coin collectors admire the artistry, the symbolism, and the fact that such a small coin connects generations of Americans. That emotional value adds another layer of worth, far beyond money. Hidden treasures in your pocket. There's something fascinating. Many people have found valuable 1989 D pennies in circulation. They were sitting in drawers, jars, or wallets for decades. One lucky finder discovered a near-perfect mint condition coin that later sold for tens of thousands. So never ignore your change. that 1 cent might secretly be a rare gem. How to sell your rare coins. If you think you have a rare 1989 D penny, don't rush. First, check coin forums and collector websites, then get your coin graded by professionals like PCGS or NGC. After grading, you can sell it through heritage auctions, eBay, or coin shows. Always compare offers and know your coin's true value before selling. Remember, knowledge is profit. Future value and investment. Potential coin experts predict that the 1989 D Lincoln penny will continue to rise in value over time. As more people collect and fewer high-grade coins remain in circulation, prices naturally increase. So even if your coin is worth a few dollars today, it could be worth hundreds or thousands tomorrow. Hold on to your rare coins. They're small treasures with growing potential. Closing and call TOACTO. And so there you have it, the full story of the 1989 D rare Lincoln penny coin, a coin of history, mystery, and incredible value, from its humble beginnings in 1989 to its legendary status among collectors today. It remains one of the most exciting coins in U.S. history. Check your pockets, your drawers, and your old piggy banks. You might be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Coins, where we explore the world's rarest and most valuable coins every week. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new discovery, and share this video with your friends who love treasure hunting as much as you do. This is Coins, bringing you the hidden stories of money that's worth much more than it seems. See you in the next episode, and remember, every coin has a story, and yours might just be priceless. Today, we're going to talk about one very special and rare coin, the 1989 D Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but what if I told you that some 1989 D Lincoln pennies are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. This small copper-plated coin could be worth a small fortune depending on its condition, mint mark, and hidden errors. So stay with me till the end of the video because this story is packed with fascinating history, facts, and real collector prices that you don't want to miss. The beginning of the Lincoln penny. Let's start from the very beginning. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. The Lincoln design was so well loved that it still continues today, more than a century later. But through all these years, the materials, designs, and mint marks have changed, and those changes have created some very rare and valuable varieties. 1989 and the D Mint Amerique. Now, let's talk about the 1989 D Lincoln penny specifically. The letter D stands for Denver Mint, where millions of these coins were produced. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced over 5 billion Lincoln cents in Denver alone. Because there were so many, most people think they're common and worthless. But here's the twist. Not all 1989 D pennies are the same. Some contain minting errors, double dies, wrong planchet strikes, and even rare high-grade examples that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. The material and design details. The 1989 D penny is made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This composition began in 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched from solid bronze to copper-plated zinc to save costs. The front side features Abraham Lincoln's bust, while the back side, in 1989, still had the Lincoln Memorial design, showing a tiny seated Lincoln inside the memorial. If you look closely, these little design details are what collectors love because they represent the end of an era before the Union Shield design came in 2010. Rare era varieties of 1989 D PNNY. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Some 1989 D Lincoln pennies were struck with rare minting errors. Examples include double die obverse, where the lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust looks double dot center strikes, where part of the design is missing, clipped planchet, where the coin's edge appears cut, wrong planchet error, where a penny is accidentally struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. Collectors go crazy for these mistakes because they make every coin unique. And that's what drives up the price. Why some are worth $USD. So why are some 1989 D pennies selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. A regular worn-out penny might be worth just 1 cent, but a high-grade example, graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars because it's almost perfect. For example, one 1989 D Lincoln penny in mint condition sold for over $7,000 at auction. Yes, that's $7,000 for 1 cent, so always check your coins carefully. The next one you find could be a hidden treasure. How to check for value if you think you have a rare 1989 D penny. Here's how to check it. First, clean it only gently with a soft cloth. Never polish it, because that destroys collector value. Next, use a magnifying glass to look at the date, mint mark, and lettering. If you notice doubling, misalignment, or unusual shapes, you might have an error coin. Then, compare it to photos of verified rare varieties online or on collector websites. Finally, if you think it's rare, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity and grade. History of the 1989 coin market. In the late 1980s, coin collecting was booming. People were fascinated by coins featuring Abraham Lincoln, and 1989 became one of the last years before modern minting technology improved quality control. That's why older zinc pennies like 1989 D are so interesting. They still have small imperfections and variations that today's machines wouldn't produce. These small flaws are what make coins from that era stand out in the collector market. Market value and prices of today. The current market value of the 1989 D penny depends on its condition. Circulated condition around 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated MS60, MS63 $1 to $10. Gem uncirculated MS65, MS67 $100 to $500 or more. Special error coins $1,000 to over $7,000. Collectors have paid up to $7,879.797 for top-grade examples in auctions. So, check your jars, old collections, or even pocket change. You might be sitting on a fortune. How to store your coins. Once you find a valuable penny, protect it properly. Use coin flips, holders, or albums to prevent scratches. Store them in a dry, cool place to avoid corrosion. Remember, zinc coins can easily get damaged if exposed to moisture. A clean, safe storage can keep your penny's value intact for decades. How to sell your coins. When it comes to selling, always research before you act. You can sell your coin through eBay, heritage auctions, great collections, or local coin shows. Join online coin forums to connect with serious collectors. Never sell a potentially rare coin at face value. Always have it appraised by a professional. Interesting facts about Lincoln pennies. Did you know the Lincoln penny has been produced for more than 115 years? It's the longest-running coin design in U.S. history, and the 1989 D penny marks the final stretch of the Lincoln Memorial era before modern designs took over. That's why it's both historically and emotionally valuable to collectors. Global demand for rare coins. Not only in the U.S., but collectors all over the world are hunting for rare Lincoln cents, especially in countries like Canada, India, and the UK. People are paying top dollar for rare American coins. The Lincoln penny has become an international collectible, a symbol of history, value, and discovery. Tips for beginners. If you're new to coin collecting, here are a few tips. Always handle coins by the edges. Keep learning about mint marks and years. Watch channels like Rare Lincoln Coins to stay updated. Join Facebook or Reddit coin groups to share your finds. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about curiosity, patience, and love for history. Outro and call to acto. And so there you have it, the story of the 1989 D Rare Lincoln penny, a small coin with a big history and even bigger value potential. Next time you see an old penny, don't ignore it. Look closely, it might be worth thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Rare Lincoln Coins, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. We share daily videos about rare coins, their values, and the amazing stories behind them. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, every coin tells a story. Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable modern coins, the 1997 Lincoln penny. Yes, that small 1-cent coin that you may have seen hundreds of times could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its mint condition, errors, and rarity. Stay tuned till the end, because I'm going to reveal what makes some 1997 Lincoln cents worth over $7,000, and how to spot if you have one of them in your coin jar right now. History of the Lincoln penny. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person, and it replaced the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner. The coin originally had Lincoln's portrait on the front and wheat ears on the back, known as the wheat penny. Then, in 1959, the reverse design changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This is the version you see on most modern pennies, including the 1997 Lincoln cent. About the 1997 penny, the 1997 penny was minted in huge numbers. Over 8 billion coins were struck between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. On the surface, it might look like an ordinary coin, but what makes this year special is that several rare and valuable error coins were produced, and collectors are always hunting for them. If your coin has a small d under the date, that means it was minted in Denver. If there's no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. Rare errors and varieties to look for. Now let's talk about what makes the 1997 penny valuable. Some 1997 pennies have double die errors, where parts of the design are struck twice slightly off position. You can see this doubling especially around the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These coins can be worth from $100 to $500, depending on how strong the doubling is. Another rare version is the off-center strike, where the design isn't perfectly centered. If the off-center strike is large but still shows the date, it can easily bring $250 to $1,000 at auction. There are also broad strike errors, die cracks, and clipped planchet errors, which happen when the coin blank wasn't properly cut. Some of these error coins from 1997 have sold for thousands of dollars because collectors love unique mistakes from the modern minting process. Material and design details. The 1997 Lincoln penny is made mostly of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This zinc-based composition started in 1982 when the U.S. Mint moved away from solid bronze coins to save money on materials. That's why older pennies, pre-1982, are heavier and sound different when dropped. On the obverse front, you'll see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty" on the left, and the date 1997 with or without the mint mark under it. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands in the center with "United States of America" above, "E Pluribus Unum" below it, and 1 cent at the bottom. Market value and prices. Now let's talk about the part everyone wants to know: how much money can a 1997 Lincoln penny really be worth? In circulated condition, the kind you usually find in your pocket or coin jar, most are worth just face value, 1 cent. But in uncirculated mint state, these coins can reach serious prices. For example, a 1997 D penny graded MS67 red by PCGS has sold for $2,000 to $3,500. A 1997 Philadelphia penny in MS68 red has reached over $5,000 in online auctions. The rarest examples with strong double die obverse errors can sell anywhere from $7,000 up to $10,000 depending on the condition and demand. Even proof versions from the 1997 S Mint, which were made for collectors, can fetch hundreds of dollars if they're graded PR70. Deep cameo. Coin grading and condition. To truly know the value of your penny, you need to understand coin grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 means perfect mint condition, no scratches, no wear, no contact marks. Grades like MS65, MS67, and MS68 represent coins that are extremely well preserved with full original luster. If you have a shiny 1997 penny that looks untouched, it might be worth sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it professionally certified. Why collectors love the 1997 penny. Many collectors are drawn to the 1997 Lincoln cent because it represents the final decade of the Lincoln Memorial design before it was replaced in 2009 with the Lincoln Bicentennial series. It's part of modern U.S. coinage history and still easy to find in circulation, which makes the hunt exciting. Finding a rare variety or error among regular change gives collectors a thrill. It's like treasure hunting in your own home. Coin hunting tips. If you want to search for valuable 1997 pennies, here's what you can do: check every penny carefully under a magnifying glass. Look at "Liberty, in God We Trust" and the date for any doubling. Inspect the edges for clipping or off-center strikes. Weigh your coins. Any unusual weight could indicate a minting mistake or wrong planchet. Store rare finds properly in coin flips or holders to protect them from scratches. And finally, never clean your coins. Cleaning can destroy their value instantly. Rare sales records. Did you know that one extremely rare 1997 penny with a dramatic die error sold for over $7,879.796 in a private sale? That's right, a single 1-cent coin, worth nearly $8,000. The reason? Perfect error strike, mint condition, and high collector demand. Stories like this prove that even modern coins can become valuable treasures if they have the right features. Ending MESSAG. So the next time you find a 1997 penny in your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might be holding a rare gem that could change your collection, or even your wallet, forever. Keep hunting, keep learning, and keep your eyes open for that next big find. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Rare Lincoln Coins, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another story about rare and valuable coins. Share this video with your friends and fellow collectors. You never know who might have a treasure sitting in their coin jar right now. Thanks for watching. This is your host from Coins, and remember, every penny tells a story. Yours might just be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious, fascinating, and surprisingly valuable coins in the modern U.S. coin world, the rare Lincoln penny coin from the year 2001. You might have seen hundreds of Lincoln pennies in your lifetime, but only a few people truly understand the hidden worth and history behind this tiny copper beauty. Get ready, because this story will open your eyes to a world where a 1-cent coin can be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. It all began more than a century ago, in 1909, when the Lincoln cent was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was the first time in U.S. history that a real person, not a symbolic figure like Liberty, appeared on an American coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin quickly became a symbol of American pride, freedom, and unity. Over the years, its design evolved, but one thing never changed: the powerful image of Lincoln on the obverse side. Fast forward to the year 2001, a modern era when pennies were no longer made of pure copper but rather of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. Most people thought the days of valuable pennies were over. After all, what could be special about a coin that costs more to make than its face value? But here's where the story takes an incredible turn. A small number of 2001 Lincoln pennies were struck with unique minting errors, rare variations, and unusual features that make them worth a fortune today. Some of these coins display off-center strikes, double die obverse, and even rare color or toning patterns caused by chemical reactions. Over time, collectors around the world have been hunting for these coins, and the market value has skyrocketed. Some rare 2001 Lincoln pennies have sold for thousands of dollars depending on condition, mint mark, and error type. Believe it or not, a perfect mint state or proof condition penny from 2001 with a visible double die error could reach a jaw-dropping value of $7,879.95, and in some extreme collector cases, estimates have even touched over $78,797.95. That's right, a single cent worth almost $80,000. The secret behind these incredible prices lies in three major factors: rarity, condition, and demand. A rare error coin is a one-of-a-kind piece, a result of something unexpected at the U.S. Mint. If your coin was struck with a misalignment, or the lettering looks doubled, or even if the surface shine is unusually smooth, you might be holding a treasure. Combine that with a coin that's been preserved in mint condition, no scratches, no damage, just that bright red luster, and collectors will pay top dollar to own it. But the story doesn't stop there. The Lincoln penny has always held a deep emotional and historical value in America. For many collectors, it's not just about money, it's about owning a piece of history. The 2001 penny came right at the turn of a new millennium, symbolizing the transition into a new age while still honoring the legacy of the past century. Many people didn't realize at the time that this ordinary-looking coin would soon become a legend among numismatists. Even today, thousands of coin enthusiasts continue to search through old jars, piggy banks, and collections, hoping to spot that one rare penny. And sometimes, the best discoveries happen by accident. Someone cashing in their change finds a coin that looks slightly different, only to learn later that it's worth more than their car. Stories like these keep the passion for coin collecting alive and growing. The Lincoln cent has been through wars, recessions, and celebrations, yet it remains the most iconic and collected coin in American history. From the wheat design of the early 20th century to the memorial and shield designs of the modern age, each variation tells a different chapter of the nation's story. And the 2001 edition, though modern, carries a quiet mystery, because only a few of these coins were made with specific errors that now make them incredibly rare. Collectors have noted that pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint during 2001 can show subtle differences. For example, some Denver Mint coins, marked with a small d, display stronger die impressions or unique metal textures, increasing their collectible value. The Philadelphia versions without any mint mark often show a smoother finish but can also carry doubling errors, which make them very desirable. If you want to check your own coins, start by carefully examining the date, the lettering, "In God We Trust," and the word "Liberty." Use a magnifying glass under good light. Look for doubled letters, odd shapes, or slight shifts in design. If you notice something unusual, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value. Instead, put it in a soft holder and take it to a professional coin grader or appraiser. You never know, you might be sitting on a treasure worth thousands. The market for rare coins is booming in 2025, with collectors and investors paying premium prices for unique pieces. Even common Lincoln pennies in pristine condition can fetch solid prices, but rare errors or special finishes are where the true fortune lies. Online auctions and private coin shows have reported staggering sales for rare 2001 Lincoln pennies, making them one of the most talked about coins in recent years. As more people learn about the hidden value of these small copper coins, the excitement continues to grow. Every year, new discoveries are made, and old coins are re-examined under fresh light. The beauty of coin collecting is that history hides in plain sight, right in your pocket, your change jar, or that old family collection passed down through generations. So next time you pick up a penny, don't just see a 1-cent coin. Look closer. You might be holding a piece of American history, a treasure worth thousands, and a story that connects you to over 100 years of craftsmanship, legacy, and mystery. The 2001 rare Lincoln penny is more than money. It's a symbol of how something small can carry immense value, both in dollars and in meaning. If you love exploring the world of rare coins, make sure you subscribe to Coins, your trusted source for everything about old, rare, and valuable coins from around the world. Hit the like button, drop a comment with your coin finds, and stay tuned for more videos uncovering the secrets of the coin market. Who knows? The next story might be about your coin. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin tells a story, and every story might just change your fortune. Keep collecting, keep discovering, and always remember, every penny has a past, and some pennies have a price beyond imagination.